In the heart of Nairobi, where the city's pulse beats to the rhythm of racing, matatus, and vibrant street vendors, lived a young woman named Aisha. She was a picture of modern beauty and confidence, admired by many. But beneath this polished exterior, she harbored a deep-seated flaw, a cutting disrespect for anyone she deemed beneath her. Every morning, on her way to work, she would pass a small, unassuming stall. There, a quiet man named Musa sat in his wheelchair, selling phone accessories. He was the epitome of humility, his face always adorned with a gentle smile, a stark contrast to the challenges he faced. To Aisha, however, he was just part of the background, a man she chose not to see. One scorching afternoon, fate intervened. Aisha's phone charger suddenly gave up on her. Fuming with frustration, she stormed over to Musa's humble stall. "Hey, my charger's broken. I need a new one. Now," she demanded, her voice sharp and impatient. Musa, ever so polite, smiled up at her. "Welcome, madam. Let me find one for you." But Aisha's patience had worn thin. "Just get me the charger." "Why are you people so slow?" she snapped. When Musa handed her the new charger, she snatched it from his grasp. Her next words, spoken loud enough for everyone to hear, were like daggers. "You should thank God people like me even buy from you. Otherwise, you'd just be another useless, disabled man sitting by the roadside." A hush fell over the crowd. People stopped and stared, shocked by her cruelty. Musa looked down, his heart heavy with the sting of her words, but he remained silent. Aisha, wrapped in her own pride, strutted away, completely oblivious that this single moment of arrogance would come back to haunt her. Aisha had been dreaming of a bigger life, a better job that would rescue her from the confines of her small salary. Then, one day, an email landed in her inbox that felt like a winning lottery ticket. It was from Golden Tech Africa, a titan in East Africa's tech industry. She was invited for an interview, not just with a manager, but with the CEO himself. Her heart soared. This was it. This was her chance to finally make it big. She spared no expense preparing. She bought a new, sharp outfit, styled her hair perfectly, and spent the entire night rehearsing her answers until they were flawless. "This is my moment," she whispered to herself, her reflection beaming back at her with ambition. The next morning, she walked into the company's headquarters, a magnificent structure of glass and steel that touched the sky. Her confidence was at an all-time high as she was led into the CEO's spacious office. She sat, waiting, a proud smile gracing her lips. The door swung open, and in that instant, Aisha's world came crashing down. Her smile vanished, replaced by a mask of pure shock. Rolling into the room, dressed in an impeccably tailored suit and followed by a team of board members, was Musa, the very same man from the roadside stall, the man she had so cruelly insulted. Aisha felt the blood drain from her face. She was frozen, trembling. Musa looked at her, his expression gentle but unreadable, and said, "Welcome, madam. Shall we begin our interview?" Aisha could barely find her voice. She swallowed hard, the words catching in her throat. "And Musa, I didn't know. I am so sorry for how I treated you that day," she stammered, her earlier confidence shattered into a million pieces. Musa looked at her, his gaze calm and steady. "Aisha," he began, his voice even, "do you treat people differently based on what you think they have?" Shame washed over her, and she lowered her eyes to the floor. "Sir, please forgive me. I was angry. I didn't mean it." But Musa wasn't looking for an apology, fueled by her current predicament. He was disappointed. "Respect should never depend on a person's position or condition," he said, his words resonating through the silent room. "You didn't insult me for something I did, but for what you thought I was. And that, Aisha, is the truest test of a person's character." The silence in the room was deafening. Aisha fought back tears, her entire future hanging in the balance. "Please, sir, just give me another chance. I know I was wrong." Musa let out a soft sigh. "You are undeniably talented, Aisha. But talent without humility is a dangerous thing. Here at Golden Tech Africa, we build our foundation on respect for all human beings." From the boardroom to the streets, Aisha knew what was coming next, and her heart ached in anticipation. Musa delivered the final verdict gently, but firmly. "I'm sorry, but you cannot work in my company." Her heart shattered. As she walked out of that gleaming glass tower, tears streamed down her face. She hadn't been rejected for a lack of skill or intelligence. She had destroyed her own dream with the poison of her own pride. Days bled into weeks, but sleep offered no escape for Aisha. Every time she closed her eyes, The image of Musa's disappointed face would flash in her mind, a constant reminder of her failure. One afternoon, drawn by a need for closure, she found herself back on the street where Musa's stall once stood. But it was gone. The space was empty. She approached a nearby vendor and asked, "Excuse me, where is the man who used to sell here? The one in the wheelchair?" The vendor's face lit up with a warm smile. "Ah, Musa. That man is a true blessing to us all. He only sold things here to understand the lives of ordinary people. He wanted to feel their struggles firsthand before expanding his company to find ways to support them. He's a true leader, not just a boss." Aisha felt a fresh wave of guilt wash over her, heavier this time. The man she had looked down on, the man she had called useless, was secretly working to uplift the very community she had disdained. Months passed. The experience had been a harsh but necessary awakening for Aisha. She found a modest job at a community center for children with disabilities. The work was not glamorous, but it was meaningful. Slowly, she began to change. The old arrogance was replaced by a newfound humility. Her impatience with compassion, her scorn with respect. She was finally becoming the person she should have been all along. One day, during a charity event at the center, she saw a familiar figure. It was Musa, speaking to the children with a warmth that lit up the entire room. Taking a deep breath, she quietly approached him after he was done. "Sir," she began, her voice steady but soft, "I don't expect you to forgive me, but I wanted to thank you. Losing that job was the hardest lesson of my life, but it was the one that saved me." Musa turned and smiled, and this time, it was a smile of genuine kindness, completely free of judgment. "We all make mistakes, Aisha," he said. "What truly matters is who we choose to become after we fall." He reached into his pocket and handed her a business card. "My company has a foundation. We support young people who have potential and a changed heart. If you are ready, come see me on Monday. We can start fresh." Tears, this time of gratitude and hope, welled up in Aisha's eyes. "Thank you, sir. I promise, I won't fail you again." Musa's smile widened. "Then let's build Africa together," he replied. "There is a powerful African proverb that says, 'A tree stands strong not because of its height, but because of the depth of its roots.'" Musa's roots were deep, anchored in humility, patience, and kindness. Aisha learned a life-altering lesson that day. Respect is a currency that should be given freely to everyone, regardless of their status or situation. Because positions change, life has a way of turning things upside down. And the person you look down on today might just be the person you need to look up to tomorrow. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring content.